The coronavirus pandemic has been a threat to multiple businesses around the world and is taking a heavy toll on restaurants in Memphis. In efforts to decrease the spread of the coronavirus, many restaurants are using QR codes for customers to access their menu.
We have the online menus, as you just saw.
Behind me is the Korean barbecue restaurant DWJ. They've been hit hard by the pandemic, dropping their sales to 50%. According to CDC guidelines, restaurants are advised to avoid the use of shared items and use disposable items or touchless digital menus. Owner of DWJ, John Lee, states that it's a bigger struggle for specialty restaurants. Reporting for the Memphis Mirror, I am Hawa Cisse. At the presentation ceremony at the police headquarters in Banjul, the proprietor of Secure 24 Protection, Pa Omar Gay, said he decided to finally return to the Gambia as a former law enforcement officer in America to contribute to national development, especially in the security sector. He further explains what inspired him to donate to the security sector.
What motivated me and inspired me to donate is that first, I come from a family of course, military and police background, and my father was Mambanyik Gay, and he was in the Gambia Gendarmerie, eventually the Gambia Armed Forces. And I've always wanted to do something, give something back. And part of that, I wanted to start up my own association. But since his colleagues already have some type of organizations, a charitable foundation, I decided to use that platform to donate through my company. And of course, as Gambians, we definitely, part of it was also, I've always been yearning to come back and trying to give back to my nation or my country. So there were different factors, but one of them is basically my dad. I wanted to give something back, and it's going to be an ongoing thing.
The Inspector General of Police, Mamour Job, says security should be everybody's concern and the government cannot do it alone. The donated items, he says, will help the police to save cost.
Some of the things that you are presenting today are needs of the police. And I'm sure if that had not happened today, it was going to cost us a lot of resources to be able to get them in our operational assignments. With these initiatives, we will go a long way in trying to make sure that we live up to the challenges of fighting crimes in our society. And I will encourage those that are in the diaspora to emulate the footsteps of Mr. Mamoudou Gueye. He could have been otherwise concentrate on his own security and make it excel among other security services. But his approach is completely different.
ASP Lamin Jai, the PRO, states that Gay visited the anti-crime unit and recognized that the police need these equipments to improve their performance. Pa Omar Gay also added that his company is in a position to conduct training in using the donated equipment, first aid and fire safety to the Gambia Police Force. He advised Gambians to be security-minded and law-abiding and report any crime that is about to happen or is happening to the police. Reporting for QTV News, I am Hawa Cisse. As many students start online classes due to the pandemic, parents have to carry on a new role to monitor their kids during these virtual classes.
6.
Thank you.
Now I get it. I get it now.
Morgan Snellen, first grade teacher at Aurora Collegiate Academy, states that some parents are present during the first section of class for the instructions.
Like I have some students who parent will sit there, I know for sure the entire 8 to 12 session. And then I have other parents who will log in at 8 o'clock and walk away.
On Tuesday, so they have 5 altogether.
Fatoumata Silla, mother of first grader Abubakar Terera, said it was challenging in the first few weeks.
I think virtual classes, in the beginning, it was a challenge. It seemed like it was the longest of hours.
5 is what?
6.
Thank you.
Snellen states that she keeps her lessons engaging with the whiteboard and various activities like bingo.
People that's on, in the call to draw on your screen, they love that. And I kept the bingo cards on the screen. And
despite the interactive learning, some parents are not satisfied with the school hours.
Some can't even go to work. Some can't even do their daily routines outside of the house. Like you literally have to stay in the house with the child.
This has led one Shelby County school parent, Ariana Onley, to create a petition that has received over 20,000 signatures.
But I hope that they're doing something behind the scenes to work something out for the parents.
In a statement, Shelby County Schools said it must ensure the Tennessee Department of Education requirements are met. Despite the interactive learning and petition, when it comes to first grader Abubakar Tirera, he just wants to go back to in-person classes.
Because I want to go back to my indoor class. Because I like that class more better.
Why not virtual classes?
It takes too long to get out of school.
Reporting for the Memphis Mirror, I am Hawa Cisse. The launch event recognizes socio-economic developments the Lord Mayoress is making to transform the BCC and our capital city. Elite magazine will feature fashion, lifestyle, culture, and also to help promote tourism. A representative of the Gambia Tourist Board, Ida Jengjai, says the initiative will no doubt contribute to promoting the country's tourism sector. We're urging each and everyone to come out with initiative by emulating Fatoumata Koka in promoting the Gambia's tourism sector. This will benefit all the sectors of our economy and our country will prosper. The Lord Mayoress of Banjul City Council, Rohim Malik Lowe, expressed delight at the recognition and honor of dedication of the maiden issue of the magazine to her. The Mayoress believed that the magazine will contribute immensely in sensitizing the public about women's leadership and gender equality in the Gambia.
I believe that participation from actors from various parts of our society is necessary in advancing women's empowerment. Therefore, it is not an exaggeration when I say that it is an honor to me to be featured on the cover of this magazine. I believe our future collective work will allow us to achieve impressive results that will impact more women and further address more problems that affect women in the Gambia.
Ami Cisse, Senior Marketing Manager at QCell, explains why QCell gladly sponsored Elite magazine.
Without a doubt, we didn't hesitate in sponsoring this because this basically embodies everything Gambian. It's Gambian fashion, it's Gambian lifestyle, it's Gambian culture, and that is what QCell is all about. We believe in the Sunyubus brand, and in support of Fatoumata, we had to support this initiative. We're very proud of the achievements, and we pray and hope that we would be celebrating many more editions of EMAC magazine in the future, and we look forward to other collaborations as well in the future. So congratulations.
Fatoumata Koka, the founder and the CEO of the EMAG, expressed delight and thanked QCell Sunyubus for sponsoring the publication of the maiden edition of EMAG, which she calls a dream come true. She further explains the reason for coming up with such an initiative.
I think the concept says it all. It's more to do with the culture, because I did my research and I understand that we need to sell the Gambia more. This magazine is here to showcase the beautiful Gambia and what Gambians can do.
EMAC will also feature articles on beauty, food and history. It will promote Gambian talent, empower women and promote the rich culture of the Gambia. For QTV News, I am Hawa Cisse. In efforts to decrease the spread of the coronavirus, many restaurants are using QR codes for customers to access their menu.
We have the online menus, as you just saw. Before that, we had paper menus. We had to throw them away every time somebody touched it.
According to CDC guidelines, restaurants are advised to avoid the use of shared items and use disposable items or touchless digital menus.
QR menus are way more efficient for us because we don't have to spend on toner and paper as we were doing before.
Martinez states that QR codes are much more effective and are here to stay.
The QR menus are here to stay. Technology is all over us. It's providing easier ways to work and fulfill customers' expectations every time.
Employee at Swanky's Taco Shop, Bowen Baudet, added that QR codes are not going anywhere, especially with the rise in technology.
I definitely think QR scanners will stay as technology advances. We don't have any paper menus that we hand out anymore. We either have it posted on the walls or you can just scan your phone. And I think it saves definitely the environment from saving paper or saving just materials to make menus.
Everything is evolving, and every time is going faster. We need to adapt, and we will. Otherwise, we will be out of business.
Although certain clients don't want to use QR codes, Martinez encourages people to learn to adapt because the QR scanners are here to stay. Reporting for the Memphis Mirror, I am Hawa Cisse. The coronavirus pandemic has been a threat to multiple businesses around the world and is taking a heavy toll on restaurants in Memphis.
You know, we was doing good. Even though we are a new restaurant, we was going up each month.
The safer at home order came into effect in March.
That week was the lowest.
Questioning the probability for many restaurants to stay in business.
A March come, boom, it just dropped.
Tunkara states that his restaurant lost $8,000 in the beginning of the lockdown.
Then we actually stopped prepping. We stopped buying everything.
Bala expressed that he had to lay off employees and cut back on operation hours to combat the shortcomings of the pandemic. Owner of DWJ, John Lee, states that it's a bigger struggle for specialty restaurants. Lee said everyone is familiar with hamburgers, cheeseburgers, tacos, and chicken wings. These are familiar foods, but when it comes to Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and Vietnamese foods, most people eat it once or twice a month. Behind me is the Korean barbecue restaurant DWJ. They've been hit hard by the pandemic, dropping their sales to 50%.
We both make, killer money and go home, but now it's really half that. So
Tunkara states that the demand in food delivery also increased the expenses on to-go boxes and condiments.
My to-go boxes, that jumped because I have to have a lot of to-go boxes for me to put all the food in.
Despite the pandemic interrupting the performance of these restaurants, when it comes to Crumpy's Hot Wings, it's a different story. Co-owner Don Crump at Crumpy's restaurant says, "We are making more in less hours. We've had a 4-hour decrease in our closing time. Instead of closing at 2 in the morning, we're closing at 10, but we're still seeing the same numbers." For Tunkara, he is hopeful and leaves this message for restaurant owners who are struggling.
And keep your feet up, mask up, and keep your hope wide open because you never know. We just hoping and praying every day.
Reporting for the Memphis Mirror, I am Hawa Cisse.